Hello everyone, and welcome back to my rusty RP-1 playthrough. Last time, we launched some aphids towards Mars, and realized we had some RCS problems. This time, it looks like we're going to try for a lunar landing again. And also, there's that uber expensive dolphin test, which is going to test our human-rated capsules. Right. Let's get that completed, and we'll roll it out. Oh, what? Oh, oops. Heh, we have to fine-tune these. I forgot. What science do we have to do? Just the biosample? It's just the biosample. Alright, so let's remove and recreate the fine-tune. Are we still targeting Mars? Probably. Yes. Okay. That's right. We have an 18-second signal delay. I probably should just turn signal delay off. It's just going to annoy me. But, whatever. Alright. Let's orient to the node. Okay. And burn the node. Alright, now how does this look? I would say that's pretty good. Yeah, that seems reasonable to me. Alright. And I think also we can now afford to actually do one of these things. Get a little more science. Okay. Oh, heh. We have to set an alarm for Mars SOI arrival. But we can do that from the tracking station. So let's do that before we forget. See if it recognizes. Yes, it does recognize the SOI transition. Let's go a few days before SOI. It's not a very long transit, actually. That's nice. I guess we're at... Yeah. Huh. Yeah, we're at conjunction. That's cool. Means we don't even need that long a range for comms, really. So... Zoop. Zoop. Oh. 130 days. So... Yeah, Earth will be here. That's a very short comms range. We could have gotten away with a much smaller dish. So that's cool. Alright, let's do our lunar landing and hope we do better than last time. And then we can actually launch our abort tests. Now, our abort test will be 100 kilograms lighter than it otherwise would be. So it will have slightly better performance. But, you know, who cares? That's done in 13 days. Do we want to build? No, we're just going to build one of those, I think. Because if everything works fine on the Dolphin test, I don't really see a reason to do two of them. All right. September 1st. So we'll be launching and TLIing on the Terminator. Let me just look at the geometry of the moon and where it will be in about 4 days. 4 days is about an eighth of its, or seventh really, of its, zoom all the way in. Oh, that's weird. Okay. There's the moon. So the moon will be about here-ish when we get to it, which means, woo, dark side again. So we're gonna wait a little bit, because we really kind of want we really kind of want to land on the light side of it. So I think we want to wait for the moon to be, I think we want to wait 15 days, really. which is perfect because, oh sorry, no, we want to wait. Yeah, we want the moon to be about here. So that's 18 days. Great, because then we can go ahead and launch that meanwhile. Hey, Specimen Swift. All right, so that's just going to sit on the pad, and we're going to do this other mission first. Can we roll it out? All right, so this is gonna be quite expensive, but them's the breaks. We're actually running a little low on money. We're running kind of worryingly low on money. Wait. Oh, I'm inactive. God, I thought I hadn't picked. All right, so we're gonna have to probably fly some of these missions and get some money. All right, that's why the Trans-Mars injection was expensive, because it's a conjunction mission. Can do one of these and make a pretty penny. That's I like that. Could put a geostationary weather sat in orbit that cleans $150 million. Why? Oh, okay. I don't think I want to do sample return. So we're not in dire straits yet. All right, let's do this. Oh, oops, time to, or not? What are we, why was it? Huh. Well, anyway. Let's warp to morning. And I think I want it to be a little bit more morning than that. Or, actually, yeah, late morning. All right, now let's hope that this will work. Here goes. We do not want anyone in it, for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. So specimens, if I got into this habit, because if you remember back in the original RP-0 tutorial campaign, I had this crazy setup, which was stupid for a tutorial campaign, because it was really kind of more about showing off than actually teaching people how to play. But I had this thing where I had to do direct translunar injections every time I launched, because I had to use part of the second stage to do it. Yeah. So I got in the habit of guessing the moon's position and all that fun stuff then. But yeah, for sun, you definitely want to know where things are. All right. So, oh yeah, there's that weird proc parts texture bug when they're proc fairings actually. It's not proc parts, so it's not something we have access to. But yeah, when you have one fairing side, the UVs are different than when you have two or more. Anywho, let's fly. let's fly this thing. So let's see how it works. We'll execute that. Actually, we want to go straight for a sec before we execute. Okay. Whoa, why are we doing this? Oh, that's right. I forgot that that's why Little Joe had the things it actually had. Oh boy. All right. Right. I kind of forgot a crucial part about how Little Joe worked, is that it did need a heck of a boost to get up to aerodynamically stable velocity. So we'll be right back, because I kind of don't want to. There's these things. Let's try again. And I think this is going to involve lighting multiple solids at once. Because without actual thrust vector control, going that slowly, we don't have aerodynamic control. And this is why they used for recruits to quickly get it up to aerodynamically controllable speed. All right, so we're going to try. Well, I kind of want to try. No, I guess I really do have to light more than. I do have to light multiple solids early. Yeah, which is going to throw off the comparison. The thrust to weight ratio comparison. Can we get away with not doing that? Well, let's see what happens. Let's get up to 30 degrees deflection for slow speed handling. All right. Let's hope this works. Nope. Oh, that's hilarious. Also, my abort group isn't set properly, so it doesn't even decouple. So that's a staging fail for sure. So one more time. And yes, I will have to screw with the thrusts of these things. Once more. So there's a reason why everybody but me sims their launches. Well, I guess effectively I've now simmed it twice, but I have stupid confidence, so it leads to stupid failures. All right, so let's split. All right, if we do that, not the best. All right, so we'll test abort that way. All right. 2.73, that seems like a reasonable thrust to weight ratio. All right, let's see how this works. Whoa, why are we... What the... How are we not statically stable? Well, that was... We know the abort system works. Although why that chute isn't detached, I don't know. It was supposed to cut. Also why we're spinning, I don't know. Alright, so something is wrong with that drogue not cutting. Toggle info. It says secondary chute. What? Pretty sure I set the auto cut altitude, but apparently it didn't stick. So we're going to be editing some designs a little bit. Goodness only knows why we're spinning like mad. Alright. Let's get some money back. Oh, there was nobody aboard. You better believe there was nobody aboard. Oh, we got 3 science from recovering it. Parts. $3 million back. That's nice. And there was nobody aboard. Alright, so let's see what the heck is wrong with all these things. So, I'm going to scrap the others because we're editing. And that gives us some needed money back. I forgot that part of why we were low on money is because I queued up a god-awful ton of these things. Alright, so let's look at what's wrong with you. Okay, so first let's see if we're statically stable, which I'm going to guess we aren't. Well, let's look at drag curve. Huh. That doesn't make a lot of sense. That really doesn't make a lot of sense at all. Why is there a bulge there when they should be? Oh, no, I know why. It's because FAR doesn't properly handle open-ended items. So it thinks that right here it goes from being something that's full to, because this bottom is open, now all of this is open. So the area for this is actually quite low because it doesn't count the outer shell. So this is basically just prettiness. We could take these away and not make a lot of difference, as you see. I forgot about that part in FAR. FAR is glorious, but it has its occasional problems. So that is why we are statically unstable, when we probably shouldn't be statically unstable. So I'm going to cheat it. Which is probably what I should have done in the first place, but procedural structural. Are they not here anymore? Where's the procedural structural part? It's confusing. Well, all right. The heck with it. We'll put a tank 1 on. 2.438. And yeah, no. So this is going to make it way more expensive because for some reason I don't have access to the procedural structural thing. I really don't understand this. It used to be right here. Yeah, that tooling cost is going to be bad. Yep. So we're paying an additional $3 million for static stability. But at least now our areas are correct. Yep. Far right, third from the bottom, you say. Procedural decoupler. Nope. Or here. Structure procedural. Thank you, chat. Let's see how much this will cost. 2.438. It's totally untooled, but it should be cheap. Oh, dagnabbit. I wish the menus didn't jump like that. Oh, interesting. It thinks it's tooled right now. Well, I'm not going to disabuse it of that notion. Oops. We'll just do that for now. And put these on. And up you go. And far is now correct, it looks like. And we're about the same price we were. And now we have to add some things that generate an awful lot of thrust for a short amount of time. What's our mass? 27 tons. Alright, so I guess these are going to be the rough equivalent of some recruits. Okay. That is a bald-faced lie, as we will plainly see, because it lasts 0.7 seconds. All right. Right. So all that is kind of lying to us, but it's okay. Let's put some clamps on. Clamps going to first stage. All right. How does that not have advanced? Wait. Huh. Wonder why we don't have auto strut. Anyway. Oh, because of the stupid tech thing that they. Yes, this is the first crewed vehicle in the series. All right, so let's also fix the abort while we're here. Jettison and decouple. All right. Save edits. Why is it taking so long? That seems strange to me that it's going to take 42 days to build. Because the price is about what it was before, I think. Let's look at this again. Tooling. Nothing untooled. Oh, ha, 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 ha. I know why these were tooled. Because I must have had an interstage, and these things actually have the same tooling as stringers on interstages. Heh, heh, heh. So I must have had an interstage about this length and that diameter. I know it had that diameter. And it would have been on... It would have been on the Beagle with the Cheshire upper. So yeah, that all makes sense. That's why those things are tooled. However, what doesn't make quite as much sense... How expensive is this anyway? Dirt cheap. Oh, it's the casters that are expensive. Yeah, the casters are kind of expensive. But at least the rollout costs will be cheap. So I guess it does take 42 days. Oh, I know what I forgot to put in. I forgot a guidance unit. Oh, but we don't actually need a guidance unit because we just want to fly aloft the trajectory. A little low on delta V compared to the actual Corky first stage, which I think gives us like 4,700, and this is only going to give us what, 1,600, 2,600. So we'll reach max G quite a bit lower in altitude, but that's high. That's fine. The dynamic pressure will be worse there anyway. So we'll have worse separation conditions than the real booster. You don't think they use tooling? Let's find out. Right click, tool item. I think they use tooling. I knew that because when I was changing the size of them, the position of things changed because tool was appearing and disappearing. But anyway, all right, let's... In what state is that? 6.83%. I guess it's worth keeping. Because all we're doing is changing action groups. We're not changing anything else on it. I think it wasn't that the thing before this built faster. I think it was that... oh, it may be that somebody added it recently to RP-1 Git, and if you're using a release, then it wasn't in there. I don't know. For this, literally all we have to change is the action groups. Everything else is fine. You don't have to redesign the craft any. So the edit should not result in it having a difference in build time. Sorry, I was saying about the build time. Yeah, it was because it was 13 days when I went to decide to launch Mite 1 or not. It wasn't 13 days at the start of its build. All right. So let's fix... so we're going to... Huh. So we're going to do what Apollo did. Which is to say... we're going to leave our service module behind during an abort. Because in the situation where we are nearly at orbital velocity, such that an abort would take us into orbit, instead of doing an abort, we will presume that we can shut down the engine of that upper stage and abort to orbit using the service module, or use the service module for retrofire. The reason for that is because when we are that close to orbit, we're going to hope that any kind of explosive failure will just not have that much stuff to burn in that stage. So anyway, we're just going to decouple that on abort and leave all of this behind. Anyway, so as you can see, no change. So we're just going to go ahead and save edits. Make sure that nothing funky happened with any of the guidance rings. Nothing funky happened. All right. All right. Now let's go in here and save that to the craft file. And that craft file should now be uploading immediately to the Dropbox, so that everybody gets it, or gets the updated version, the less broken version. All right. This does, however, mean that we need to do our lunar landing before we can do one of these again. Which money do we have? Not a whole lot of money, but them's the breaks. Guess we could run a SAT contract on that because it's already half built. But let's do the lunar landing. Okay. So, given our experience before, we're going to hot stage. Hopefully that won't freak guidance out too much because we haven't enabled it yet. Support hot staging is on. All these numbers look correct to me. We'll up the Q limit again. Let's look at where the moon is. Exactly where we expected it to be. And in the 4 days of transit it will take to get to the moon, that's 1/7 of this. So that's a 1/6. That's a 1/7. It will at least be half in daylight, so that's cool. Alright, if we're lucky we'll get Midlands again. Right, might as well. Oops. Right, launch into plane of target. 21 hours. Great. Lamont, this is using the thing you pushed last night, if you're watching. So we'll see how it works. Oops, that always gets disabled. I don't know why. There we go. Nope, it just really does not like hot staging in this case. I do not understand that. Something is very, very wrong there. So I guess we're going to go back to that then. We will, however, change that up to go to something nice and high because we have plenty of delta V. So what I will do is what I did last time, which is manually change the staging at the appropriate time. Guidance engaged. That or we went below the Q limit, I guess. I don't know. Something happened. Caused that pitch down. Okay. Okay, and we'll manually stage to ignite the vernier. And we're in business. We'll let the fairings get separated automatically. Alright, I usually go to 160 and I'm going high this time. So that's why this trajectory is a little weird. Turning on RCS before I forget it. getting there. Blowfish, that is correct. You could. You would... My intuition says even with the added propellant, you would have less delta V than this, but you wouldn't have a bunch less delta V than this. You would probably be closer to 260 tons instead of what it currently is. But yeah, you can totally do that. And straight 8 space program for the win. Like, it seriously is a meme in the community now. That's not the limit. You could do 6 boosters. And overburn the core a little. Or more reasonably, you could do 6 boosters and airlight the core. Yeah, if you do 6 boosters and then airlight a full 6-minute core. You get a little more out of it that way. I mean, the other way to do it is you do... Right, you do 6 boosters with a long-burning LR-79 based core. So effectively almost 2 Thors worth of propellant. And then you have a full burning LR-105 upper. That's probably about the max you could do with it. And that's basically like a 4 solid Titan, except the solids are LR-79 boosters. Yeah, do it Titan style rather than doing it R7 style. Okay, man, our thrust weight ratio is pretty low. Oh no, it's 2. It's just, yeah, no, okay, there we are. Insertion. Why are we? Lamont, did you do the thing that I think you did? Oh my goodness. That's amazing. Finally implemented the feature. Oh, that's amazing. Unless I'm misunderstanding what happened. I think what happened was PVG shut the main engine down early and then cleaned up the orbit on RCS such that we're within 13 meters of apogee and 7 meters of perigee. That's amazing. No, I'm not. I never use balloon tanks. More stages, not less tank. What we want create node in 15 minutes. And perfect. So I guess our transit time is longer than I thought it would be. No, 4.5 days. Oh, because we had to warp a day, so the moon is here now. So that's actually perfect. We're gonna get it entirely in sunlight. focus view. That's pretty good. I think that's about where we were last time. Yeah, balloon tanks on this upper would actually make a difference. It wouldn't make as much of a difference as on Centaur, but it would make it. It would probably get me some considerably more delta V. All right, let's align. And once again, we get screwed up by the time warps. Don't really understand why it doesn't properly kill rotation. Okay, so apparently manually I'm doing almost as good a job as MechJeb in zeroing out my rotation. All right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let us examine what it looks like. Oh, no, we overburned despite specifically telling it not to. By having that high tolerance. So, oh well. Well, we're going to flip around anyway. And then I think we want to burn retro a little bit. Tighten that up a little bit. That's probably fine. And it'd be really nice if we hit Midlands again, but it seems slightly unlikely that we will be so lucky again. Huh. No. All right. Well, that's interesting. It's actually quite far off retrograde, comparatively. But whatever. All right, coming up on alignment. Spin up. Also, that staging needs to be fixed. I have it wrong every time. That staging also should be fixed. That's better. All right, and I think 90 DPS is probably fine. Okay. Come on. Why won't it? What the heck? Apparently it's not letting me double click on the moon anymore. Or single left click to set target. Because I don't know why. Alright, so we'll warp manually. Except we're going to have to deal with that thing first. Because this maneuver node is in 5 days and this is in 3 days. So let's add a maneuver alarm so that we can jump back to it easily. Let's deal with aphid 2. Okay, we have decent sun on the sun. Let's get rid of that. Let's warp to its node. Okay, let's okay. Let's align with the node. And then let's look at Mars. Okay. Get rid of that. Alright, that's as good as that gets. Which implies there's something weird here. Alright. That seems fine. Let's add an SOI alarm. And we'll do 72 hours again. Alright, so aphid-1 is reaching there. So they had exactly the same transit times. Because they... Oh no, actually aphid-2 has a faster transit than aphid-1 because there was like an 8-day delay in launch and it's a 3-day delay in arrival. Alright. So back to our lunar lander. Okay. You gotta be kidding me. Please tell me we didn't get on a line somehow. Oh, I forgot to turn SAS on, I guess, before we left it. Oh, that sucks. But we spin stabilized, so surely... Did persistent rotate... Yeah, the whole point of... I couldn't have turned SAS on because I didn't have avionics, and the point was spin stabilization. So why are we so screwed up? We should be right on the maneuver node. Let's see what happens when we actually warp to the... I really hope that things are not as dire as I fear they may be, but we'll find out. Wait, why are we still in warp? It said auto time warp complete, and yet we're apparently still in warp. And we're nowhere near the maneuver node's orientation, because apparently spin stabilization is for chumps. That makes no darn sense whatsoever. How we could have changed orientation despite being spun up. That's weird. Why are we just like totally misaligned here? Alright, so this is not great, but I'm going to let MechJeb handle it then. No for consents. This is in rotation got somehow screwed up. I don't really know why. Yeah, that's all sane, so why are we screwed up? Alright, let's try... Huh? Alright, we're trying some very gentle spin stabilization apparently. And let's see how this works. Now we're keeping our alignment fairly well. Alright, so also, what's up with that? Why are we... Why are we coming in there? Too. We should be like way over here. Oh, because I guess the cheapest transfer put us in front of the moon and we're being drawn into the moon. So we'll probably lose comms too, because whatevs. And it's going to be another dark side landing. All the best. But at least we're over the Midlands. Whatever. Alright, so let's... at an altitude of 120. And what time is that? That is in 8 minutes and 45 seconds. Okay. Oh, except we can't do it there. Okay. And then... and then 30 seconds from then, is 7 minute 30-second. Why is signal delay 0 in computing these despite it being 1.3 there? That's super weird. Probably shouldn't be happening. Anyway. We'll see how this whole shebang goes. Okay. Oh. That's why the warp keeps getting stopped, because of our original maneuver node. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and align. Hey, what the heck? There was 30 seconds between those stage commands. Did somebody see something weird? Because in my universe, there were 30 seconds between those stage commands. And also, it was... Alright, so what did we lack? About 1,200? What happened there, also? The fact that that should have been it's a 24-point-something second burn, and it decoupled after quite a bit less than 30 seconds. Alright, so somebody can look that up on Twitch if they want, if they saw if anything was weird there. But I'm going to give myself the delta V. Because there's that just shouldn't have happened. Active vessel. Prograde. And this is about when we would have done it. So yeah. It's a line on SFL minus. We're at 35 kilometers. Piano Josh, the insta stage was that it seemed like it was running. Effectively, it seemed like what was happening was the rate of RT ticking down was faster than the actual in-game time rate. because I staged once to start the outers, and they ran, and then partway through their run it staged again, and the middle started, and then partway through its run it got staged away. So total blackness, not sort of defeats the purpose of the whole wait for the moon to, but it's because we're coming in on the side of the moon, which is really bad because we won't have comms unless there's something overhead, which there will be shortly. But so let's hope we can manage to not roll around too much. So we're not going to have an awful lot of Spirit Delta V, but I think that'll be okay. I think I want to start burning about 12 kilometers. Well, don't want to make mistakes. Let's burn here. And add a little bit extra thrust. Nope, I waited too long, I think. Yeah, I waited too long. Dag nabbit. Are we really seriously going to crash again? Alright, I just don't have the patience for this. Okay. Yeah, I waited too long. I guess I should have started burning at 20 instead of 14. One of these landings I will get right. There should be a suicide burn indicator somewhere in MechJeb in the landing guidance. My memory is that it's not correct anymore. Pretty sure an Altair's burn time is in fact somewhere around 30 seconds. It's certainly not like 50 seconds, which is what that implied. Apparently we're landing upside down. And we're going to roll down a hillside again, I guess. Because that's our life now. Okay, now at least we can enter rails, and let's wait for that to get overhead and get some comms. Okay. Transmit all the things. Science alert thinks we have nothing, but I'm not convinced we have nothing. So I'll just run through all that again, just in case. All right, at least we got the contract. Yet another lunar landing fail. Brought to you by Nextcal. Grumble. For my next generation of landers, I really need to have like targeted landings. I'm tempted to just reinstall X Science because it's never done me wrong. And I only hit the lag once, but then the lag went away when I used patched. So, monies. We have monies now. And that's going to be done shortly. I kind of want to see if it works this time. I mean, I guess I'll do a little bit longer. But yes, we're never going to fly those mites again. They're just not cool. All right. 1961 orbital rocketry. All right, we have some science. Let's see if there's literally anything we can spend science on. This would literally just get us the points because I don't want to do this right now. Don't want to do stage combustion. What does this give us? Titan SRMs, which I never actually use. Early landing, what does this give us? Big heat shield and landing leg. But it's on the road to lunar rated heat shields, so. And early docking procedures. Early docking procedures give us, that can't be, the TD-339 probably shouldn't be there. Because it's a landing engine. But this gives us bipropellant RCS, which is very important. Zebrafish. Oh, R&D completed, I guess. So that's why. That's nice. We get an upgrade. I feel like we really need more build rate. Do I want to spend money now? I think I want to wait. Such that, because these are going to be ruinously expensive. Let's duplicate it just in case. We'll always get the money back later. All right, let's try this again. Oh, actually, right. Let's check. They're still in that. The course completes 1959, April. Man, that takes forever, doesn't it? Oh, I think I need a better astronaut complex. How much does that cost? Oh, that's dirt cheap. Yeah, we should do that once we finish this. All right, let's see how this works. So we just need to have a good abort test. Cross your fingers. Okay. Looking good. We're going to start our pitch program. Yes, now that it's aerodynamically stable, it's rather better than it was. Alright, so let's just track SFIL now for a bit. We can always vary pitch later. Okay, ignite the next set. What the hell? Oh, we had a failure. Ha! Well, we tested our abort system again. Oh shoot, I was going to check the parachute and I didn't check the parachute. So the parachute is still screwed up. Yes, that was a perfect abort test. Man, how many I had an Altair failure, I had a caster failure. It's like, what is going on here? Alright, so the drogue deployed successfully. Oh, except that's the main chute for some reason, and it thinks the other is the drogue chute. Oh, right, because that's the main chute and the other is the secondary chute. Alright, I set up this parachute wrong, basically. That's basically what's going on. No, the Little Joe failure was it was an Apollo Little Joe. It wasn't a Mercury Little Joe. Alright, so the other chute goes out, and yet somehow that doesn't get cut. Huh? Why did that cut both chutes? Well, we're going to lose some funds because this is not going to recover successfully. So note to self, don't cut chute. Yeah, there's something really weird with real chute. Oh, we didn't even make it to the coast. Anyway, that I count that abort system as basically working fine. So I don't think we have to. I don't think we have to worry. Yeah, but that did cost me $3 million. But I'm not really going to notice $3 million, probably. All right, so let's see why is the parachute screwy? Let's look. Main chute is set to main. That's correct. Input craft mass wanted 2,500. Oh, because I didn't set an auto calculate. Okay, that's why. I am so rusty. That's fine. Secondary chute, drogue chute, single chute, automatic, target altitude, auto cut altitude, 2350. All right. That's good. There are a bunch of default settings in real chute that makes no sense to me. What's going on here? Let's see. We can get rid of this now because I don't really want to launch another one of those things. We're going to fix the parachute on this. Because otherwise it's going to be annoying. Okay. Let's go with that. Save. All right, those settings are now updated. Okay, I will see you all later. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.